coffee cup is ours to hold. Dust motes dancing in the hum. The silence of the early hour, turning up the mental power. Miner in the morning, yeah, we're on the air. Miner's here to keep you from there. To Miner in the morning, yeah, we're on the air. Miner in the morning, waking up with flair. We get the day moving, keep it bright. Miner in the morning, doing it right. The curtains leak a little gold. The coffee cup is ours to hold. Dust motes dancing in the hum. The silence of the early hour, turning up the mental power. Miner in the morning, yeah, we're on the air. Miner's here to keep you from there. To Miner in the morning, yeah, we're on the air. Miner in the morning, waking up with flair. We get the day moving, keep it bright. Miner in the morning, doing it right. The curtains leak a little gold. The coffee cup is ours to hold. Dust motes dancing in the hum. The silence of the early hour, turning up the mental power. Miner in the morning, yeah, we're on the air. Miner's here to keep you from there. To Miner in the morning, yeah, we're on the
You're watching Horatio. One more time. You're watching Horatio.
You think I'm ignorant? And why'd Captain Jesus make me white?
Hey, Fisty, I understand you hit your wife. Oh, but don't that hurt her some?
So last week we were talking about Hee Haw, and that was a parody of Hee Haw. I'm gonna get in trouble. It's from Wonder Shows and from a good friend John, who I was in another show with called Delocated. Wonder Shows was a great show. It was really funny, and you know, a lot of their parodies weren't like just weren't hit you over the head, you know, kind of stuff. It was kind of stuff that you had to figure out if you knew about Hee Haw. This was hilarious though. How's everybody doing? We're back again this week. My friends will be joining me in a couple of minutes probably. So just wanted to get a good idea of what was going on. Let me get my headphones together, because I can't hear anything right now. And I wonder how's my mic doing too. I can't hear that all that well, so let's get that going. Horse apples. And if you don't know what horse apples are, it's shit. Okay. Let's see. There we go. That sounds a little bit better for me. Hope that sounds a little bit better for you. I hear myself. Horse apples. Yeah, sounds good. Anyway, yeah. It's pretty much the only parody that I've seen of Hee Haw. I don't think I've ever seen one, especially one at that point. I'm sure one's been done. I don't think I've ever seen one like on SNL or anything. I've seen a lot of parodies of Lawrence Welk. But Hee Haw, yeah, I don't remember seeing anything about that. Losing viewers again. How's everybody doing this week? Hope you're doing well. I don't know if anything else is going on. I noticed what's been going on in comedy. In the podcast realm, things continue to bubble around in what people call the Rogan sphere. I love that there's a term, Rogan sphere. It's so stupid, but it's really funny. I know that they hate it. I'm sure they do. I've never talked to any of those guys about that. I haven't talked to anybody in the Rogan sphere in a while. I pretty much, I wouldn't say I know everybody in it, but I know quite a number of people. And a lot of the people that like have moved to like Austin, I haven't seen those people in years. I haven't seen Rogan in years. I used to do a character on The Man Show when Joe was the host with, I forgot who was the other host. But when Rogan took over The Man Show, a friend of mine was the showrunner. I had a few friends that were writers in there. And it kind of gave me a open avenue to do my own bits on there. So I got on The Man Show, and that's where I met Joe Rogan. Let's see if I can get my friend in here, Mr. Delaney.
Just getting rigged up here. There we go.
I was just telling a couple people that were watching. Yeah, is the audio better now, Lunar? Is it just as quiet? It should be better. I should have turned my mic actually on.
You're loud.
It should
You're
be
nice
loud
and
now, right?
loud.
Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't have my mic on. I was talking about doing the Man Show years ago. That's where I met Joe Rogan. I got to know Rogan, and I know quite a few of those guys like are in that Rogan sphere.
What about Adam Carolla?
Adam, I know from different from Kimmel actually. Obviously, they were partners on the Man Show, and but
He had a show with Dr. Drew that I had a macabre fascination with. They would get women on and people on, and they kind of mock them. They'd kind of like make like they were helping them and giving them advice or whatever, but they would kind of mock them. And then after they hung up, they'd mock them even more. And Dr. Drew would back it up with all this medical nonsense of why they were fucked.
Very well-known show out here in L.A. Yeah, Dr. Drew.
Does that not describe that show?
That describes that show to a T. It's very, very, very well. Very good description of the show.
There might have been a TV version of it, and then once they make it to MTV, you get one season and it blows up, and then you might go crawling back to radio or podcast or whatever, from whence it came.
Yeah, I feel like it was like E or something like that. E Entertainment, that was because they were doing a lot of radio to television kind of stuff. Did Stern.
Basic cable. E had a lot of shows where it was people sitting down, on like comfy furniture with big screens behind them.
A lot of low effort kind of stuff. Yeah, kind of like
a
what
lot
we're
of
doing now.
deconstructing. It was all about deconstructing pop culture and all that.
Yes.
The 20th century, the beginning of the 21st century, was all about picking apart the 20th century. I got my centuries wrong. Our century, when we came into
right.
When we came into this century, everybody was really into recycling all the stuff from the last one, and it had no identity of its own whatsoever. It's got its own identity now.
I wrote a sketch on SNL. It never got on. I think I wrote it actually. I came back and guest wrote a Will Ferrell episode after I was fired. Yeah, and I wrote this. I wrote a sketch called "Remembering Yesterday." Well, I think it was "Remembering Yesterday," and it was all about nostalgia.
It's funny already. It's kind of dumb.
It was one of those nostalgia shows of like, hey, remember what happened yesterday?
Oh, reminiscing about yesterday.
And then another show that came on right after that was ranking numbers. Your favorite, the top 10.
That sounds like something Brian McCann would do or has done.
Top 10.
I remember on Conan.
Top 10
Conan,
numbers.
they had the Babies Reminiscing channel, one of their satellite channels. Babies, it was all this, like tinkling piano music and like these tracking shots of babies sitting in front of a fireplace, like in a big in
That's
a big
really
chair. Yeah.
Yeah, it just and actually a lot of our friends were on these shows, but during that time there were a lot of like nostalgia shows, a lot of remember the 80s,
remember the 80s, remember the 90s, and you'd have like Paul Scheer talking about playing Simon. I auditioned for one of those. Bad fit.
I think I did.
Everybody went in for those. You go in, sit down, and if they like your audition, they'd use it. They'd put it on TV, and be like, "Oh, we'll
Oh,
give
right,
you
right. Yes.
$50."
You could set. I did one of those and sat down like for a day and did, I mean, probably did 10 episodes of whatever show, whatever reminiscing show it was, you know.
Yeah, they threw different stuff at you.
Yeah. 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 It's just sitting behind a green screen, in front of a green screen.
I tried to prepare. I prepared by borrowing Bobby Moynihan's DVD of Lost. That's how I
I
prepared.
I did too. I did too. No, I had like, I was like,
Because
you're
I didn't know.
crazy for
I
not
don't
going
know
in here
pop
with some.
culture.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if I don't know the thing, I got crazy not having any jokes and going in here, you know?
Oh, I went in without. I thought I was going to be able to wing it. I had a couple in my pocket, but they go by fast.
It's like that. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I did, there's a bit on Air America. When Air America was,
The radio network.
yeah, when that was going.
I used to
And
listen to that every day because I had a kid. You know, I was always doing stuff, making lunches, and the war was on, and I was pissed off.
That's right.
And listening to fucking Al Franken. Anyway, what'd you do on Air America?
Well, I just did some bits, but I remember them saying like at the beginning of it, it ended up being like a big, like the guys that were involved in running that were, it ended up to be kind of a scam, but they were pointedly saying, we don't want this to be like NPR. And I wrote a bit, and it sounded exactly like NPR. The guy was like, wait a minute. I'm like, I don't know. You told me it's just on the radio. I don't know what else to write. Like, it's like if people are hearing it, my idea of something to do on the radio is something like kind of boring and dry and like, you know, like it sounded like an NPR bit. It sounded like Garrison Keillor.
Oh, yep.
You know?
I used to listen to him when I was doing jewelry, because we were doing jewelry all day, so I was listening to the radio, and so it became a habit to listen to that show, Old Fogey Show.
I had a teacher that loved that show. He would just like talk about it every Monday. So I'm like, I guess I gotta listen to this thing. And the thing, it was like 3 hours a night, right? Like it would go on forever.
It was long. It was mostly music. You know, he always had a bunch of musical guests, and he had these built-in segments that he would do. He had his bits that he would do. You know, Guy Noir was one of them. And finally, all that culminated into the movie, and he managed to use all those. Yeah, it was Robert Altman's I know you knew about this. It was Robert Altman's last movie. He had just got his heart transplant. Nobody knew. We the public. I was a big fan of Altman, and I didn't know he had a heart transplant. And so it was his swan song, and it's a movie really about death in its way. It's according to Garrison Keillor, it's not a movie about death. It was to Altman, and he had P.T. Anderson shadowing him, because around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if he got tired, he'd say, "All right, let's see, you guys finish up." And Anderson would finish up. Maya's in that movie, and she's as pregnant as a house. And yeah, Guy Noir.
Yes.
Kevin,
They filmed the radio
plays,
show, didn't they? And it's just like them on stage.
Yeah, and he took his characters and blew them out. So Kevin Kline plays Guy Noir, and he sees Maya, and he sees her condition. He says she should. At first, she thinks she's fat. He says you should lay off the sandwiches or something. Oh, and the sex with men. And so it's got this stellar cast. You know, it's got Meryl Streep and
the cast took the place of the cast that he would have on the radio show. From what, right? They were.
He still like included his gang. They were still there, kind of running around. His sound effect man. Sound effects,
yes. I kind of now it's kind of coming to get me. I'm remembering seeing somebody like seeing the whole thing and seeing the radio show and people walking and running around on stage. I feel like people were. It was staged. Were people watching it too?
The whole thing.
It was a staged thing where there was an audience there too?
It took place while they were doing a show. So you see the backstage shenanigans, you see the onstage shenanigans. He did a thing called Dusty and Lefty, He had his ensemble. He had the cast. Was with him for a couple decades, and
Right.
he got John C. Riley and Woody Harrelson to play Dusty and Lefty. Like he got all these great actors to come in, play these parts. I thought the movie was very good. I thought it was a success. Turned out to be a nice goodbye for Altman.
It just like registers in my mind, like really, probably as faint as I sound, as faint as my mic is. How about that?
Most Robert Altman movies go under the mainstream radar.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
He'll have one that pops once in a while, like The Player. Always a good rewatch, The Player. I can look at that one every few years.
I know.
It's got a great start. Well, that opening shot is so magnificent and well known. Hey, Raj. But it's got Buck Henry pitching The Graduate too. Like his
in what
too?
Yeah, the beginning of The Player, you got Buck Henry pitching to Tim Robbins is the main character. He's an agent, and it's Buck Henry like The Graduate too. He's like they're all still with us, and
it's funny on Instagram. You're the only. I didn't set it up where I can see it vertical, so. Dutch, you're the only person in the video. They can probably hear us, but
oh no,
don't worry about it.
Jerry,
Nobody's
you should be in the middle. It's your show. It's
I
like
know.
who's that guy
Just leave-
getting
no,
baked
leave
in
Dutch
the
in the
corner
middle.
while the other guys do all the work?
Yeah, today is your show. You take the
Yeah,
blame.
I think my mom said something about
Yeah, you take the
that.
lead.
Hey, Mom. All right.
Hi, Mama.
You guys want to talk about the Beatles and
Hola,
Monty
Mama.
Python all day? I'll take the lead.
You got that nice shirt for those guys that lost there, and
Yeah, I put it on. I needed something for warmth, and it's like, no, I gotta wear it. You gotta own it.
I took mine out of the garbage. They were down 3-1.
Detroit's still in it.
This was on fire, and I had to put the fire out. I'm like, oh shit, they're fucking.
Oh, you're busy. You had to stamp out the flames.
Stamp out the flames.
What? Our fans don't leave midway through the game the way Miami does. Anytime Miami had a great comeback, the audience didn't see it. It was to an empty house.
Yeah.
Nobody walks like a Floridian. It's called the walking ovation. We had that in Florida theater. It's when the actor's like, it's a standing O, it's a walking O.
Walking
They're
O.
trying to get they want
Everybody's
to get to the
going.
parking lot first.
They were in Orlando when Detroit came back because they were down. They came back in the game. They were down like 20, and then came back and won. And the crowd was leaving. The crowd was left like in the middle of that game. Like,
Against who?
against the Pistons.
Who was playing Detroit?
Orlando Magic. He's talking about
You
Florida
guys
people.
getting
Like,
beat by Orlando? Orlando was like the last seed. Our bench beat Orlando.
they were the 8th seed, and they were beating Detroit. They were up 3-1, and then Detroit came back in one game. They were down by 20 points, and then came back and won the whole series.
Oh, they won it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they clinched
Damn.
it.
Yeah, Detroit won. Yeah.
Well, I think Detroit's the better team.
Well, yeah.
It's very rare that they come back from 3-1. I don't think anyone's come back from 3-0 in the NBA. The Celtics
3-0,
had a
no.
chance to. We were a
3-0,
couple
no.
buckets away from doing that, but they just gave it away. They gave the game away.
Yeah. No, 3-0, no.
Nobody
It's
gives
the-
them away like the Celtics do.
Red Sox were one of the only 3-0. In sports, nobody comes back from 3-0.
Yeah, it was done against my team, the Bruins.
The Bruins.
The Bruins gave up a 3-0 lead
That's right.
to lose the championship. Yes, they did.
But the Red Sox won
The Red Sox did it. Yeah, they
against
won
the
on that.
Yankees.
That's sweet that it was the Yankees.
Yeah, miracle series against the Yankees. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they won the They won the pennant that year.
And then they won it again the year they
Yeah,
blew
that
up
year-
the Boston Marathon.
That's right.
That must
They
have
didn't
given
do
them
it, though.
A little extra fire. The Yankees didn't do it?
Are you claiming that the Red Sox blew up the marathon?
No. The Marathon got blown up. Then the Red Sox
Then the
said,
Red Sox
well,
won.
fuck it. We'll just go ahead and win a championship.
Boston
For y'all.
strong. You remember that year? Boston
Yeah, by
strong.
then that was the hardest thing. The hardest thing to get over was the Yankees, that series. So after that, it was a cakewalk.
It was, yeah, the World Series.
That was the American League.
I guess the National League didn't have it that year.
No. Who did they play? They played St. Louis that year, I think.
I don't even remember who it was because once we beat the Yankees,
they
it was
swept.
such a high.
Yeah, I
that
think they swept
you
after they
kinda
beat the
knew-
Yankees.
You kind of knew it was going to happen. It might have been a gentleman's sweep. I don't know.
Yeah. Because the Cubs beat the Cleveland because that was a big deal because neither one had won
They were down. Yeah, they were down 3-1.
3-1. Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather
Those
get
when you-
knocked
you-
out.
Not
and
expect
knocked
that.
down by,
Horatio left my wedding to go to the go to the game.
Did you?
So,
Yeah.
congratulations, folks. Get out of here.
I said hi to your parents, and I was like, later.
Beautiful, beautiful folks. You go, folks. Looks beautiful. Out of here.
Everything's beautiful. Everything's
Cubs.
beautiful. These guys, love is beautiful. Take it easy. And it was in San Diego, right? So I had to like race home.
Yeah, well,
At least
half of the,
if you did the Bluto thing and grab a piece of cake with you as you left.
There was no cake left.
There was no cake
I
left, yes.
I left even before the cake, I think.
because he was
Well,
there.
But
One of the games was on during our wedding. People were watching it. I remember that. It
oh, okay.
Wait, this
When I
is a
walked
World
in.
Series game?
was World Series. Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was regular season.
No, it was a World Series now. No, well, half of the family was from Chicago, so I walked in from the wedding, and they were all in the bar watching the game. Watching the game. Like, all right.
Yeah.
They're cutting trees. They're cutting trees down outside.
Hey, my place
Okay.
too. Same thing.
Let it be known. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if my lawn guy came through. But our lawn's so tiny, it doesn't take long. Just a couple passes. They stretch it.
Jerry, what's been going on in the news?
Yeah, catch us up, Jerry. You've always got the
Um,
lowdown on all the down and dirty stories of the week.
I don't know. Like in comedy news, I don't see that much. I mean, I guess Chappelle's still talking about that Saudi Arabia thing, which is funny. he's still bringing it up.
He's still making excuses for it.
Yeah.
Oh, for going
He's-
over
that
and doing
guy's-
the...
As great as he is, that guy's mental or something.
Obviously.
They're all mental.
just
Comedians are all
quiet.
mental, man.
Be quiet about it. Like, don't say anything about it anymore.
I know. People talking about. I've noticed people like posting things about, not getting, shows not working out,
Oh, right. Oh, did you see that?
like pitching.
Oh, but yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, I don't even like. I shouldn't even bring it up, but that thing about that girl and Keegan Michael Key. Like,
All right.
This girl posted this thing, and like, it's all about his wife.
Yeah.
It's really terrible.
Like she's
that's
mean
like,
or something.
yeah, his
She's
wife
like
is
Yoko.
ruining
They
his-
make her look like Yoko on steroids.
Oh, no. Sounds like Dave Foley's ex-wife.
What Dave Foley's been. Well, I remember her. Yeah.
She killed him. Like, he had to live like a pauper. She took all his money
He took all his money.
She divorced him when he was very high on the hog. And then kids
Get
now
out of here,
it's like,
really?
oh, I'm a former
Terrible.
sketch player. Hire me. Yeah, she got everything. She got everything.
She did. Yeah. Everybody kind
Well,
of
what
like
are the
knows her too.
accusations? I know we shouldn't talk about it because he's kind of a friend adjacent.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
What happened? So he
but
had a mean bad wife? Did he leave the wife?
well, let's not. I mean, this is all rumors, right?
Oh, okay.
One person.
Wait, who are you talking about? Who are we talking about now?
About Keegan's wife.
Okay, yeah. No, the lady told the story. Like, this is not a rumor. The lady that was working with him, she had a show or something, and his wife got involved, and that was the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And she told this whole story on stage, which is weird.
Wow. Yeah.
Why do nobody cares about that shit? You know,
No
like
one
your
wants
whole.
your
I mean, we
laundry.
do.
No.
I mean, yeah. In fact, we
Well-
do, but we shouldn't. You
Well,
know.
she made it care, like she made it all like personal, like how weird. Because she was like saying like, that somebody else, what's his face, Keegan, not Keegan, the other guy, Peel. Jordan's wife called her and said, "Hey, don't work with that lady. She's like Phil Hartman's wife." That makes it all serious. She's like, she's gonna kill him. So
Yeah,
now there's all
that
these.
turns into a murder
Yeah.
accusation.
Oh, no.
It's like just because you don't want her to work on your silly like sketch show, like she's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
She's gonna murder.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
That's really nuts. So now all these people are
taking
making
big leaps, big
making videos
swings.
of like Keegan Michael. Somebody's got to save him. He's in trouble. That
Oh my
woman's gonna,
God. Yeah.
she's gonna kill him in his sleep. She's ruining him.
No.
Terrible. Oh, I say. Oh, I
You gotta
love
be
this.
careful, man.
I wish Chappelle would have quit stand up after a second special. It's been kind of rough then. Enough with the slapping in your mic and your knee. The slapping the mic on the knee, I love. I love that. He does that that's him laughing.
So
Yeah.
he communicates laughter is by
That's how he communicates laughter. He just does that and then he slaps the mic on his knee.
like Sammy Maudlin.
Sammy Maudlin.
And then he,
I'm gonna have your
Yeah.
children.
Very-
the little laugh. Yeah, the laughing at.
Well, I mean, when people start to see through that, you know, like the little stuff like, oh, why Henny Youngman had a violin, or you know, why what's his face with the cigar? Why he had a big cigar? You know,
timing.
It's timing. It's props. Yeah. People start to figure that
Yeah.
out, and it's like, yeah, it's time. He's not really laughing. He's done this joke a million times, but it's him. He can take a pause. He's laughing, but he's not laughing. He's not gonna now. He doesn't have to do a phony laugh. He can just slap his mic and like ah ha ha, and you get it.
But you can't laugh at your own joke 100 times, though. I don't even laugh at my own
I'll be
joke
right-
once if I could help it.
I'll be right back, guys.
Well, I think that's a part of it too. That makes it like more.
It was a thing. Mike
Acceptable.
Nichols. Mike Nichols would do this thing on stage. Nichols figured out that if you laughed in the scene, I guess once he turned his back on the audience because he was laughing and he was shaking and they kept laughing, so he kept the shake.
I
And he
kept
did it again, and Dell didn't like that. That set off. He didn't think you should affect breaking in the scene because it made the audience delighted.
Well, I mean, Horatio can comment on this. And I think that Lauren, like, knew that doing a live show, you need it. It's almost like I should say he never gave notes about breaking. Hardly ever gave notes about breaking.
It was not a thing in the early days. it's a thing that did happen, like when Candace Bergen completely
Yeah.
butchered her line, and then Gilda lost it because she was basically the bit was supposed to be about how dumb Gilda was, and then Candy Bergen flubs the line. So now she's laughing at herself for being a dumbass when the bit's supposed to be the Gilda's the dumbass.
Well, the only time Lauren gave a note on breaking, I always try not to break. Horatio obviously didn't give a shit. But I would try not. I would seriously try not to. And he'd never say anything about it. The only time he ever said anything about it, one time he said, "Jimmy, let's try not to be so cute." That was it.
Yeah.
What's
He never
that?
said don't break. Just saying
Well,
breaking
Rush-
on camera.
Rush-
Like Lauren never gave a note to not break on camera.
Horatio's
Or
the
hardly
guy who's
ever did.
hoping that the scenery is going to fall down, and he's hoping that somebody's mustache is going to fall off. That's the best case scenario.
Well,
Yeah, I
it's
did a
played
podcast and he
into-
asked me about
The scenery
Ashley
takes over.
Simpson. About
Uh-huh.
when Ashley Simpson happened.
Yeah.
I was trying to describe it. I don't know if you were there, Delaney, but I was like a little kid, like, ooh, things are going wrong.
Yeah.
Like, will Lauren, like, you don't know. You're like, will Lauren get on stage and go, well, this is what happens when you do live. Sometimes the acts come in with pre-recorded tracks. We'll be back next week. You know, I don't know. So it was so weird. It was like the time that this is a different thing. But when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, it was just like, what's
that really
wrong in
happen?
the world? Something's
Does
wrong.
this really happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It,
in
it,
the.
it felt like
wasn't just
it was
that.
real like deep when I saw that.
Guys, for me, it was the one that was even weirder was when everyone gave him the standing ovation an hour later.
Oh, you mean the Chris?
After he had assaulted that man.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. I know.
Instead of going to jail, standing ovation.
Yeah, that was so fucking weird. And now he's like, it's like, listen, you slapped the guy. We're gonna give you an award, but then it's over. You can't come back. So, but what a fucking weird day that was. Well, like it's so everything, when something goes wrong, it's exciting. But that to me was a little bit like, I don't know. It felt like a friend being hit. Even though I don't know Chris Rock, I don't know Chris Rock that well.
It did
I
feel
felt like I was like a
personal
assault on television. Like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely did
Especially
feel that
'cause-
way.
And it's not like
Especially
he could've
because jokes,
pushed him. He could have pushed him. The fact that he got up on stage, had the gumption to get up on stage, felt that comfortable.
And he gave him
He
like a
took
full
big Hollywood
fucking
type swing, full back
Yeah.
back swing.
Yeah. There
You
was
forget
talk
that
about
that's a
him.
big man.
He's a big dude. Yeah. There was talk about him getting kicked out of the union, and I was like, yes, because in essence, we were working, and that's the thing. Like when you're working and somebody hits you or something like that, when you put your trust in the other actor's hand, your trust is in their hands. That
Right.
like if you're doing a fight scene, if you're doing something, that they're not going to hurt you. And if somebody does something, even if you're in a fight scene, they're like, "Well, I'm really trying," and they hurt you, you're like, "Fuck that, no," because you're done. Like I can't
Right.
trust you in the fucking scene,
Like
Right.
Hulk Hogan did to Richard Belzer.
right? That was another, yeah, right? Yeah, oh, right. It was Hulk Hogan, yes. Yeah, you fucked his neck up. Yeah.
No,
It's
his,
like,
yeah,
yes,
he hit his,
not-
his head.
Oh, hit us. That's right. Yeah,
He
did
put
that
him in
thing.
the front. He put him in the front
thing.
head,
Yes, right.
face lock, and then let him go. So he snapped back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that he bought a apartment in France with that. From
Really?
yeah.
Of Hulk Hogan's money.
Yeah, WWE, I guess, whatever.
Mm.
Somebody wants me to give a shout out to Ron Taylor, who won the funny as fuck competition for the. I guess that was what's the little guy's name? The comedian.
Kevin, what's his face?
Kevin, yeah,
Hart.
they're doing Kevin Hart. They're doing a roast. I wish I could do that. They should let people roast people that like don't know him. I know Kevin Hart a little bit, but like they should let people come in and roast people that don't, not because I could really roast them. I don't know him, so I could really give it to him.
They do sometimes.
I know.
Would you? I don't see you doing that.
No, I'd have to do
I
it
guess-
like I have to do it in character. I'm not mean like that.
Yeah. Roasting is its
Yeah,
own
Uh,
Um,
Horatio has a very good roast character.
Who's your roast character?
well, the roast character I had was from like the 70s. It was all in that world because there were all those ads for the Dean Martin roast, and I remember being like, such a fun thing. So I did this thing where a guy used the roast to address things that have happened to him by other people on the panel. So he gets real personal and crazy and tells about one of the ladies on the panel fucked him over. and then I went into this whole thing. It was it was 20 minutes long where I'm talking about, she fucked my dad or something, and then I end up going to this long story about how I was in the hospital and there was a retarded guy and the room set on fire and he jumped out the window. It was like 20 minutes on stage at Second City. And of course, it was an improv set, so you could only do that really once. But we tried to put it in the show, but it had to be live and you had to drag the audience through like 10 minutes of it's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
So who's the guy that always gave notes, Jerry, at the show? Sheldon?
Yes. Sheldon,
For some reason, Sheldon came in like right towards the end of the run, like right towards the end, like when you're about to premiere, and he'd give you like the final notes. But for some reason, he was there during the set. Maybe he was there just to see like if we were going to put some stuff in the show, and he basically said that it was like great, but super self-indulgent. Basically, that was the thing. It's self-indulgent. Takes too long, whatever. But
that about sums up the UCB. Totally
self-indulgent.
Great.
Yeah.
No, it was like every note that being taken, like you guys are taking too long, was completely disregarded in that show, in those shows.
Like I meant the games too. The games would sometimes just be it'd just be like a nipple joke at the end of it all.
Ass Cat, they would take an hour before the show started.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a different level. That was other level self-indulgent. The intro stuff. It's their theater. They own the theater. They should be able to do the intro as long as they want to. But they don't own it. They don't own it anymore.
Nope. People liked it.
I would.
They accepted it. So.
Well, it's great because
I'd be like, "What the fuck?" I'd be like, "It's like 20 minutes already. It's like a 9:30 show. It's like 10 o'clock, and they're still doing bits out there." And I'm like, "Let's get on with it."
I'm a little tired and sleepy and shit. Like, wait,
yeah,
10 o'clock at night. Let's go. So those guys, I can't think of anybody's name today. Rob and Paul Scheer and those guys, they took up the tradition of the long intro at the beginning of your show, and they do the same thing in their shows. Like it takes them an hour to get into it. They're coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The respective guys love that. They love it.
Screw around with the audience.
I don't like that. I need the mask of the character. I don't like doing a lot of on stage shit. I want to get that over with as quickly as possible and painlessly as possible.
I wish I could. I have realized that the audience is not interested in seeing me as myself.
Yeah, that's what I always thought about myself too. Yeah, get the character. Where's the character? Let's get to it.
Yeah, it was always easier. It was always that's probably the hardest thing is just to try to be normal, but while you're introing something, because it's like this isn't me really.
Right.
You know, I can't really show you what I do because you probably won't like it. But you know,
Yeah.
you try to be your best self or your funniest self. But it's like I realize that I'm gregarious and maybe some people like it. But yeah, no, the best stuff comes from like just being lost in a character. It's not. But
Well, that's when I realized that like a lot of stand-ups are really they really they're picking a character like Dice. He picked one of his characters and that was his stage persona. You know.
Right. Right.
Larry the Cable Guy just passed away recently. I heard.
He did?
Really?
Another. That's what I heard. Unless it was a joke.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's alive.
Maybe.
Terrible joke.
People like to say R.I.P. a lot when they're not dead.
Right. He's just resting in peace. He's not dead.
Wait, is he alive or not? Let's see.
I'm pretty sure he's alive.
Are you gonna Snope it? Rupert Murdoch's gonna buy Snope. Set it straight.
Larry.
Sorry, guys. Larry the Cable Guy's still alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
We're talking
Don't
about.
say sorry.
Man, why you try to kill me, man? I'm alive.
You know, these rumors go fast. Like, you know, fucking Keegan's wife gets bashed, and then all of a sudden, this gets out there. Horatio Sands says Larry the Cable Guy dead.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's on MSNBC.
Luckily, this podcast doesn't get out there. Or
Poor guys. These poor heavyweight guys. Everybody thinks that they're dead. Because they die so often. He's dead, right? No, not
Louis
yet.
Anderson dead?
He did die.
yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
I was like,
When fat guys get old, you're like, they died, right?
Right. So it's just like he's dead, right? No, he's not. He's like.
What is that, Delaney? Do you just you have a lighter there?
that was a knuckle you heard. Do I have a
Oh.
lighter?
No, I thought you were doing a lighter, like
What? Like a
Larry the
sound
Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy died.
And then now on every Halloween, people hear the ghost of Larry say, I don't know what he said.
Get her done. Get her done.
I think
Jared, have you seen that thing where it's like a ghost, like people do bits about their ghosts, like their dream ghosts? I forget the word for it, but you know what I mean? It's like people's like sleep demons, and it's like Trump, or it's like somebody who's just saying the same shit, and it's like in this weird ghostly kind of voice. Like and so basically that's the joke, and everybody does it. So once a joke happens, like 1,000 people do the same joke, and so it gets funnier and funnier because people are, inherently there's talent out there,
right. Well,
and then it gets real specific.
Yeah, well, it's one person can get a good one off on that one.
Yeah, it'd be like the Baldoni, what's her face, and Baldoni, like it's
Justin Baldoni.
What's that poor girl's getting all this terrible press? Like, I mean, maybe she's a bitch, but who knows? Like, what the fuck's her name? Ryan Reynolds' wife,
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively. Another thing, yeah, we were talking about another one that's still going around is the guy talking about like he's trying to impress the ladies, and so he starts talking shit. I I think we talked about that last week. It's kind of weird that I'm talking about it 2 weeks in a row, but it's a good one. And the guy's like, damn, tell him about that time. Tell him about that time that 2 dudes came up on us and you started running and you were crying and begging for forgiveness. And I had to fucking open up and fuck everybody up. And you were like, thank you, man. And like to try to make them sound good in front of the ladies. And they fuck you up. They drag you into the story and they make you the asshole. Fucking funny.
Remember I saved you when you were crying like a bitch? That's that guy. That's that guy that comes up to Tracy. I was telling you about that keeps happening. Where Tracy, remember when we was babies and you was crying? Get the fuck out of here! I don't remember you. Help me out, Tracy. I'm homeless now. You shut up. Go away.
Yeah, you told us that story. Very bizarre.
That's the guy did. He's like, remember Tracy, you was like, you were crying. You was a little baby. Remember when we was kids, you was a baby and that dude took your lunch money, you was crying. Shut up, that never happened.
So it's like, is he kind of believing? Is Tracy kind of believing it in a little bit too? Like it's possible.
I'm always struck by. I'm like, he probably does know this guy. Like, why would this guy come up to him like that? And why would Tracy react so angrily? You know, like why is he so mad?
And it keeps happening. Tracy would be angry if it hadn't happened.
If it didn't really happen. If he don't really know this dude.
Yeah.
But then think about Tracy. He's probably had like 1,000 people come up to him asking for money. You know,
I know,
that he knew.
But like in the same way, in New York, in the city. I saw it on camera. I was like, I've seen this exact thing has happened to me multiple times of some dude coming to him. Hey, Tracy, get the fuck out of here. Get away from me. I'm still homeless. It's been 20 years. Remember?
I have a friend. Unfortunately, this guy's mentally ill, and he's a friend. I grew up with him, and he's like, he'll say shit like, yeah, remember we used to hang out with Brad Pitt and Jennifer? Okay. Remember when Brad Pitt was in high school? Like that crazy. Like he was like Brad Pitt was in high school with us. And it's like dementia. You just have to go along with it. You know,
like stop telling those stories, Rod. You don't have to say my friend. You can just say you tell me it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about you, Jerry.
I thought they were entertaining stories.
My friend Johnny, he calls me up and talks about Dave Chappelle like they're best friends.
He needs to stop lying.
He wants.
I mean, is that crazy? Like at first,
Kevin Hart.
Like at first, my friends were like, my other friends that knew him, they're like, you got to call him, man. He's been asking about you. And I stopped talking to him like 20 years ago because he was trying to tell me like, let's set up a record company with Snoop Dogg. Me, you, and Snoop Dogg. Let's open up a movie company. And I was like, man, this guy is ill.
And you didn't want to do
it? Yeah, Ron,
Snoop Dogg wasn't into it. We both went and had a meeting with Snoop Dogg.
You had a golden opportunity of a lifetime there. You really.
That was our pitch. I was just like, we want you to open up a movie studio with us. What are you bringing to the table? Dude, I've done movies. I've seen movies.
I've seen movies.
You've met Paul McCartney a few times, right?
I didn't meet Paul McCartney, technically. I offered him a joint and he took it and smoked it and then handed it back. And then later he was like, oh, watch out for this one. This one's trouble. as he was later on in the night. But that was enough for me. I didn't want to get closer. I'm like, if I try anything more, it's going to be embarrassing, So I was just like, and then, Jen was with me, and I'm like, did you see that? Did you see that? Paul McCartney?
That was just enough to give him COVID.
Now,
yeah, everyone got COVID. I think it was from me.
Was he around? Remember, Horatio, when we went to A Hard Day's Night premiere And Jimmy got us in to go to Hard Day's night premiere. Like Branson had got the
Richard
movie.
Branson?
Like, Richard Branson got the movie redone, and I feel like there was a bunch of people. I guess maybe McCartney wasn't there that night. I know we met a bunch of other people, but I know I met Richard Branson that night.
I
Like, hey,
haven't met him. I wasn't. I don't remember being there, but I must have, because if it was a Beatles, thing, I probably would have gone. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
You probably
The
left
only other
early,
time was
George.
I didn't leave early for the Hard Day's Night.
Why
I got
not?
bored in the middle of it.
It gets boring a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like any of those movies except when they're performing. It's always like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say anything bad against Paul McCartney just in case I meet him, but that's
Those movies are really.
that was
silly.
cute and fun for the time, but it's not.
It's
These
not
guys are
good.
musicians that think they're being funny, and they're not. They're just.
It's pretty hard to sit through.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
being in the movie theater. Like you can't get up and
All the Beatles.
all right, and go get something to eat, or or go take a shit.
Yeah.
Like, and not even pause the movie.
And by the time they got to Magical Mystery Tour, it was just people were just like, "What even is this?" No.
Well,
And then you
sorry,
go back and you're like, oh, that was Paul McCartney trying to keep the band together. He was just like, let's do a movie. He really was trying to keep the band together. And the guys were like, we're over it, man.
Yeah,
It was like, you're too bossy. You're too bossy. You're too. Fuck
Well.
you.
Yeah.
And then, but without Paul, man, probably nothing would have been done. So
No. Yeah.
Every
no.
group has to have one.
every group has to have that guy. Yeah.
Gotta have a Besser.
For the UCB,
Right.
it was Besser.
Yeah. The guy who had the energy to just keep doing this.
Yeah, and you trust him because he has the vision. We all have the vision, but he's making sure we stay on point.
Yeah.
And because we're all lazy as fuck. So if one guy has the gumption, yeah.
Right.
So remember, take that. If you're out there in the improv world and you're not that funny yet, be the one that organizes things, sets up rehearsals.
Not that he
book
wasn't
shows.
funny. But no, everybody.
Not that he
every
wasn't
group,
funny. No, he wasn't funny. But that was his thing. Since the history of UCB, he was always the one that was like, we got a flyer. Let's get together, do this. So we
He would
needed
make
it,
the
of course.
flyers. He would design the flyers.
Yeah, I would say if you got like a group, get somebody in your group like that. Like, getting everybody funny, that's good, but get somebody in your group that's like has the energy to do that stuff, because a lot of times funny
You
people
got to
don't.
be that. You got to be that.
Or be that.
I was the guy who always had to direct the show, make the flyers, do all the footwork. We kind of all did everything. Billy did half of it, but
It takes a while
you
too,
got to be
but
that. You got to decide to be that for your own gang.
in the old days, you would you'd get a group and you'd rehearse, and you always had a couple people that you knew weren't that great, but they'd fall off after
They
years
would-
go by, and you're like, oh, that unfunny person that was polluting the stage for 5 years are finally gone.
So you were in
reinvented
UCB
yourself.
before Besser, right? Before Besser got in, right?
No, well, no,
Or was it around-
no.
was
Before
you all guys were original?
before Ian, before Ian.
So all you
Ian
all
wasn't-
you and Adam, Drew, you guys were all original.
Yeah, it was me. It started with me and Adam doing sketches, and we were doing you were doing bits on other people's shows, and that's how it started. Because Matt had a show at the Bottom Line on I think it was on Fullerton or something, and we would go there. And then after a couple times, they're just like, "Hey, why don't we all just join forces?" And we're like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So that's how it started with the four of us. And then Drew was always around, so I was like, "Yeah, let's put Drew in. Drew can do some funky shit," which he did. The whole thing about in the UCB show where Adam would leave the show after like 2 sketches, get in the car and then do that whole thing. and Drew was filming it, and Drew would edit it with 2 VCRs in the back of the theater.
Right.
You know? So it was like a really, really cool little thing that he kind of took care of. And then Ian and Lee, we brought those guys in.
And where did Armando fit in?
Armando was there at the beginning and then kind of faded away. You know, he was okay, but he wasn't funny enough really to fit to be one of the Beatles.
To be one of the Ruttles.
But it wasn't that he wasn't funny. Like, that's not what. It's just that he wasn't as funny as the other people on stage.
No, well, performing is not Armando's forte. That's not his thing.
Yeah. Obviously, very smart dude and very funny, but
no, he's
figure it out.
At what he does.
Yeah, people figure it out. You know, people figure it out like how they're funny. That's why a lot of that stuff was really good, because you know, you weren't just stuck to like, oh well, I tried stand up and that didn't work or people didn't laugh, so I don't know what else to do. Like, you could figure out how to use your skill. Like, I can use this as being a writer, or I'm this kind of actor. You know.
Yeah, you had something to trade. You had some wares to offer.
Yeah, you can figure it out. You know.
I wonder if it's still like that out there, Delaney.
Not really. People do improv now just for the kick of it. It's not really for professionals anymore.
It's to improve your social skills.
A little bit. It's just something for most improvisers. For the average improviser, it's just something to do. They're non-actors.
So it's not actors. That's what always bothered me. I liked when actors were doing it, because it's like, oh no, you're building another skill. But if you just want to be an improviser, it's just like, well, you only can do that. Like, you know, it should be something that you have, something else that you have in your holster.
That's the majority. Not the entirety, but
just the majority is just like people who just want to do improv and just want to have fun doing it.
It has tipped from professionals to a layman's game.
Yeah,
isn't that what old David Shepard and those guys wanted back in the Second City days, for it to be a theater that was played by and for everyday regular people?
Yeah, they should see how that's working out.
Yeah,
that's how they get. That sounds like they're trying to get funding for some bullshit project.
Well, no, I mean,
what we want to do
is making a living off improv. Nobody. You can make a living doing Second City. You can make a living doing Compass. You cannot make a living doing UCB, Magnet, Pitt, any of those big New York theaters. So
I'm doing, you guys. I'm doing.
Come up with a fucking sketch show that's good. That's like a show that's got its own residency. That's like The Premise or Second City or something really good. We did have a Second City. They couldn't pull off a review, Second City, New York.
Yeah.
Just ended up being like I.O. or something.
Yeah.
We're just going to house a bunch of sketch. Come here and take a class. But where was the review? Where was the director? Where was the review in the New York Times? I didn't see any of that.
No. I know.
They should have got one of us or something to direct it.
So they folded. They should have. They should have got Jerry to direct it. I could direct. Yeah, Raj, you don't want to direct. You don't want to direct fucking Brooklyn Second City. You'd have to go kick.
I mean, if it was good, I wouldn't mind. If it was like good people,
people would do it. A lot of people would do it.
There's plenty of good people out there. Just producers have to have the balls to do something interesting.
Yeah,
and it's, the restaurantification of Second City. It's like, you gotta sell cheese sticks or whatever.
Theater.
You don't believe in?
You gotta sell the Maz sticks.
Food and bev. Silly Merritt quote here. Improvisers are just actors who don't want to learn lines. Exactly, it's a lazy man's art form. And Jerry and Raj. Here's the real kicker, is that the sketch classes attendance is gone. They just don't offer, like, we used to have a real sketch program, and they still have them, but they've depopularized. Magnet, they don't really. There's like not a big program there for sketch writing. My improv workshops
That's
do
weird.
great. My sketch workshops,
But think
it's
about it
just
as a
hard to bring
kid.
them
Like
up.
as a kid, what are you going to do? Like it's not the same rules anymore. It's just way different. So like taking a sketch class for what? To what end? To learn how to write an SNL? Like for one show? We're all
Right.
going to take a class so we learn how to write for one show because that's
There's
all
only
they'll let
one.
on TV anymore.
Because there's only one show on. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see like,
But wait, no,
so
no,
now
no.
you see people on the internet they do these really like,
No.
well filmed sketches.
Well, that's
And then you're
it.
like, okay, it's good. It's not great. It's good. But it's
No, but
also
it has
just
gone
not as fun because
supernova. It blew up to the internet, and now it's on you. That's what I'm telling my students now. Look, it's on you. You got the internet. You don't need these platforms are all dying. This stuff, all these sketches I'm showing you is all old white man stuff. You got to get, you guys have all this new, you have this completely new paradigm. That is where it's at. You got to use it. You can do it yourselves.
yeah, the new sketch comedy is just these one singular guy doing one kind of joke
Yep.
really
I
well.
know. Yeah, I know. Like the dude,
You
that
know,
It's
Jerusalem
and
pretty
dude.
then and a lot of people that you follow, sometimes you're like, they start trying to do new shit. Like, what do you guys want me to cook? And it's like, get the fuck out of here. Just do
Yeah,
the
I
joke.
know. Just do what you think you do. Like, well, it's getting
Like,
old now. I gotta find a
your
new
joke
thing.
is we kind of love your joke. We don't necessarily love you. We don't want to watch you work out and stuff.
Right.
Like, they don't get that yet. They don't
Well,
understand
no,
that yet.
we don't know. It's like it's gonna run out, man. We're gonna be tired of you doing it. So just keep doing what you do until I get until I get done with
Yeah.
it. You know.
there's a girl I follow, and their whole bit. It's a like a couple, and she's really cute, and she plays like the mean girlfriend. Like, this is your girlfriend when she stops loving you or something, And it's just bickering, how people bicker.
That's
But you can
fun.
see they try to do something else, and it's like, no, that's not working. It just has to be the one joke, you know. It's so funny because it's like in
Have you
the
ever
real
seen that?
world, you want someone to show different angles, different things. It was kind of important to be like show a range of things.
Okay. Yeah. Now you got
Now
that.
it's
Now
just
show me
one
what else
thing
you can
done
do.
well.
Now, yeah, it's just on my phone. So I just want. Yeah, it's like that dude that I don't know if you ever saw that dude. He was real popular during the pandemic, but he played a worker
Oh, no.
at like IKEA or at Walmart, and
Freeze out.
and it was like, oh, so you want you want us to find the cornflakes, and then he'd turn around and be really mean. You guys are frozen. I'm actually gonna if I can get these guys back on later on this afternoon, because I gotta get going today. I got a busy day today. Doesn't that suck? If we end it like this, this is terrible. I know, but what can I do? I'll have them call back, and then we'll end it up in a proper way. I know. I think what happens is one of my players, one of my friends, like their internet is in and out, and if that happens with one of them, it just messes up the whole connection. But I got my housekeeper coming up here anyway. So she got to like this is really dusty. My computer's really dusty today, and I got a lot of stuff to do. I've been promising you guys an interview with some of my other friends, and I got to be honest, I just have not had time to do it. I'm in the middle of a move right now, so to do that and to have good people on and you want to talk to, and for me to schedule it just takes a lot of time. But I do promise, I promise, this summer's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to be done moving, all that stuff. Yeah, I was just telling the audience, I think like when one of you has a bad connection, we all have a bad connection for some reason. Isn't that the way life is? I still can't get Delaney in here. Oh, and everybody's frozen again. Let's see if Horatio will come back. Oh yes, I'm not gone yet. I'm not gone yet. Don't worry, Lunar. I'm still here. Don't forget the Discord. Oh, that's nice. Let's just get Horatio back in here. There he is.
I think Ecam blew us away, right?
Yeah, when one of you gets disconnected, I've had this happen in other stuff. Then you both get disconnected. I don't know why, but it happens.
Oh, okay.
Like that. I gotta start wrapping up anyway. I gotta get going. I've been promising these people like some good interviews, and I haven't done them yet. But it's because I'm all busy, man. I'm trying to get this move.
Are you gonna interview someone soon?
I was supposed to do Tim Meadows, but and he told me he was gonna do it, but I just haven't had time to schedule it with him. Dana and Julia was the last one, and that was pretty good. Got a lot of people watched that. They want,
Were they on your show or were you on their show?
They were on mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
So you got to go?
I'll get Louie on next week, and we can even it all out.
Louis C.K.?
Yeah. Yeah. What else? I was gonna tell you guys something else too. I forgot. I was showing everybody the right before you came on a sketch from Wonder Chosen. That was a parody of Hee Haw. It was called Horse Apples.
I got to watch that later. Maybe I'll look.
I'll send it to you.
Send me the link. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. Horse Apples.
Wait, what was it?
It was called Horse Apples. It was a parody of Hee Haw that on Wonder Chosen.
Oh, okay.
People
that was
know
crazy
Horse Apples from Shawshank Redemption.
Right.
That's why the word's in my lexicon.
Horse feathers?
Not horse feathers.
Horse apples.
Horse hockey.
Horse apple.
The colonel on MASH used to say horse hockey.
There's a bar in Chicago we used to go to that served teenagers, and it was called Road Apples.
Who would want to go to that? Just call the bar shit. Actually,
Yeah.
there was a strip club in my hometown in Flint called Beavers, and
come on.
yeah, and it had a picture of a beaver, like a horny looking beaver drinking beer and shit. The sign in the front.
Wow.
Come on down to Beavers.
Yeah, there's a little strip club in Milwaukee called
Oh right,
not Beaver, Weasels.
Weasels. It was Weasels. Yeah,
It was the same thing. It was just like a picture of a weasel, like
a horny weasel.
Yeah, horny weasel.
Back home. She comes back home for Christmas. Dad says, "Where are you working?" She says, "Weasels, Daddy."
We went there.
We went there. We got
at Weasels.
I got my underwear ripped off my body.
Yeah. She was trying to give him a wedgie.
Like
yes, give me a wedgie and rip my underwear away.
About the movie Stripes, you're getting your life mixed up with movies.
It ended up happening. That's what happens.
Yeah.
If you put yourself in movie type situations, you will eventually create these scenes. So maybe I knew what I was getting into.
He wasn't in mud, but he did get a wedgie from the stripper.
And then I have a picture of us, Jerry, where we took a picture with one of the strippers and she's naked and her tits are like this big. And it's just two giant tits and then me and Jerry's little heads next to it like, hey, taking a picture. Two big fake tits from the 80s. Breasts. I'm sorry, guys.
Yes. That was a fun night. We had a bunch of us. We were camping up in Wisconsin, and ended up all the women and men went to this strip bar, I think, that night, right?
Yeah. It
'Cause we
wasn't
saw the
just the horny
sign.
dudes thing.
Yeah, we saw the sign. We got to see what this is like. And the stripper was like a touring stripper or whatever. So she was like taking you could take Polaroids with her. She was taking Polaroids. So we
And
took
you
that
buy some
Polaroid with her.
Polaroids, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry, did you say touring?
Touring. Yep.
Touring.
I'm not familiar.
The strippers have to tour to make money. They can't just stay at Weasel's all for a season.
She had to go to Beavers
Oh,
next
no.
week.
You got to go to Beavers. Then you got to go to Raccoons.
going to Snatches.
You got to go to Wombats down on Route 101.
Either make it a small mammalian animal or just go right on the head. Call it bazooms. Call it beaver.
Bazingas.
Apple bottoms. You got to hit either right on the head or a small mammal animal, or like rodentiary animal.
Oh, let
Possums.
me go back to that one. Oh yeah, so this is a joke. How'd you prepare for your role in Spectator 1 and Big Hero 6?
Oh yeah, that I have to live I try to live like a wrestler in the future, right before I go in for the voiceover. It's a voiceover I do.
Voiceover, yeah.
I used to do, and I played a cool robot. I think I played like a mean robot. It's pretty fun.
Are you a
I have
Mike
those,
Tyson
books.
style? Is it like, I'm Mike, hey.
I used to do that. I used to make like a really weird voice because they love weird voices. But then I was like holding my nose and just being like, go get my tools, And eventually it was just really hard to do. And I was like, this fucking sucks, man. I don't want to do this anymore. It hurts my body.
A squeeze choice.
It's like, because I'm not professional at all. I don't warm up or anything. So I'm just like putting my voice through this really weird, just through the fat canals in your head.
Yeah, I try to do things that are really close to my voice now. Because trying to do a voice is like, I guess if you do it enough, like I did a cartoon, I did it enough. I did that voice enough now where I could I could do it right now and not even have to warm up or listen to it.
See, I don't remember what that character sounds like. So, but what they do when you show up is they're like, let's show you what you did last time.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's really a fun, lazy job to have to do voiceovers for cartoons.
They even do that because a lot of times if you do a lot of voiceovers, you don't know what you sounded like, and they have to show it you. So they'll show you. They'll have you listen to your audition, and be like, "This is it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." That's what.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Very nice people, obviously, that do cartoons. You find most of those people are kind of nice people.
They get
That's
cool
right.
people coming. It's a really easy job. You're sitting down all day. You got people coming in, like celebrities and shit, that are usually like in a pretty good mood because it's low pressure,
They're very gentle. They keep it totally positive. There's this kind of green room behavior that spills into the studio of trying to keep it positive at all times.
That's right.
But
He thought it was gonna fuck around. He thought it was just gonna I do it when I show up. You kind of do that.
Yeah.
Well, because you don't have any choice but to do it when you show up. You don't have anything else to go on.
With voiceovers, you don't have to worry about it so much, but preparation is really important. If I had to do my career over, and I was a person who used to prepare a lot. And then I started to get a little lazy. And that kind of hurt me, that not really, you can't over prepare. Some people can. But no, I was usually under-prepared or usually under-rested.
Yeah. Were you off book when you did auditions?
Hell no.
Yeah. I don't know
I'd
anybody
be
that it is.
I'd be all scramble brain. I'd like fuck it up. You try to remember it, and then you just fuck it up, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. Then all you're doing is worried about getting the lines. You're not even acting anymore. You're just like, please let me say these lines
Yeah.
Yeah,
without forgetting a
yeah. As long as
word.
if they let you hold it in hand, you could do your thing. You're mostly memorized. You're just there for it's there for mostly for reference. Um,
Supposed to be, yeah.
yeah.
But then there's sometimes like when you get to the point where you're at like a studio or network test, and they're like people you have it in your hand, but you're not. You got to be better than fucking know it.
No,
if you're
yeah. Once or
testing,
twice I did get to that level, and I always underprepared.
yeah, no, you should
Always.
know it. I'm like this. I just have it in my hand. It was just like it was a prop at that point.
But, if you only got it a day ahead of time, you got to
Well,
really
then
bust
that's
your
different.
ass.
That's different. No, yeah, nobody expects you to know it. Now the union is like really adamant on that, and if you don't, you shouldn't have to know it. You shouldn't be,
You know,
you know,
casting
investing that
people
much
are like,
time.
it's like it used to be. It's what it is. Instead of coming in, you make a tape, but it's the same. It's like, fuck you.
All right.
You got 20 people coming in a day for this thing, and now you have 1,000.
Right.
You know, and it's like that. Like of course, you're gonna have like 20 people that are perfect at
Yep.
memorizing things.
Yep.
But then what do
Yeah.
you got? You got a talking head. You don't really have, and they're good. They're fine. People are fine, but there's nothing exciting about it.
Yeah. A lot of times people figure that out, when they get ready to shoot, and that's why if you're a really good director or whatever, if you're in a project, you know who you're gonna use anyway. You're not worried about auditions.
Well, it's
And then
this
when you,
game that you go in and you just audition, and then they see if they can stick you somewhere else.
Yeah.
um, yeah, but that's kind of like why we ended up where we ended up. Not an accident. We stayed away from those learning lying jobs.
God,
No,
those like procedurals.
No, I mean like in
oh
theater, like
boy.
when we were coming up in theater, it was like, yeah. There's always a thing of like comedy has to be current too, so old comedy never really plays.
Uh huh.
I was just happy to be in a play. I had no problems memorizing plays because you had a chance. Yeah, you did a lot of
Yeah, you
homework.
had a
You
long
memorized a
time to
lot of.
learn it. Yeah,
Learn it. Yeah.
But
And yeah, you
once
get
you
to
got on your
rehearse.
feet, you're doing it with other people. Then it's really in your tissue. You get a chance to live with it.
Memorizing
Um,
something on his feet, memorizing a play is really easy. Coming in cold, to having to memorize your lines, and then having to come and shoot something is the hardest thing in the world. Not having rehearsed with anybody. If you rehearse with people, it's easy to get it in your. It's just words, if you know what's
yeah.
going on, and it's not bad. If it's just like procedural shit where you're just doing a bunch of shit, then that's really hard. But yeah, no, it's not really that hard. But but most of television and movies are like, you got your script, and you just show up to that day, and you maybe rehearse, before you shoot it, if you're lucky. That's it.
yeah, no one's gonna come up with you and work with you on your lines. You got to be
Nope.
you're either ready or you're not. They expect you to be ready.
Yeah, man. I've seen it go bad too. I've seen people not know their shit, and it's bad. They
Have
do
you
not
been
like
that guy?
I mean, I've been the guy that's having a problem. Everybody's been that guy of like, I fucking can't get this, and everybody understands that of like, I'm just keep flubbing it, I can't get it. Not that you just don't know it, but I've been with there. Somebody just like, oh, this dude just doesn't know it, man. We can't do it. We can't shoot this. He don't know this.
Yeah, I would think Carmen Electra would be mad at me if I said she knew absolutely none of her lines for this Terry Crews thing we were doing. Terry Crews show. Didn't know any of the lines. It was just so ridiculous. So they had to print them up and like, I offered my expertise. I'm like, if you're going to use cue cards, you have to be this size,
Uh-huh.
But they ended up just writing it on these two big pieces of like white board, like like 6 feet in the air. I don't know if she couldn't see or what, but they ended up putting it against the wall.
It was like a mural.
No, just like if you're putting up posters in your bedroom, it was just like two big pieces on the wall on the flat, and it was the whole script pretty much. It wasn't just like here, read these couple lines. It was everything.
What show is this?
Uh,
I missed that
it was
one.
Terry Crews show that I did years ago. Like I forget what it was called.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
You did miss it. It was on. It was like one of those WB 200 episode things.
It
I
happened to
usually
me
watch
one
your
time.
stuff.
It happened to me on a thing that I was shooting. It was my thing. It was my pilot, and the guy that we had hired, and he was one of the dudes that we hired just off of like sight unseen. We didn't know him. We found him on the internet, but he seemed like good for the part. We couldn't find anybody that we knew that could play that part, and he came in and was like, first scene. I'm just like, oh, he don't know this, man. What are we gonna do? Like, we're just ruined, and we just had to like cut it. We tried.
Yeah, I did it.
And at some point, I'm like, let's forget it, man. We're gonna waste our time. It's dragging the whole day down. Just fuck it. We'll figure it out.
I did a show in New York where I basically, it was my fault because I had two people host it. It was my show, but two old people, they were like theater, they were patrons of the arts, two old people talking about like, these are the shows that are coming this year to our theater and blah, blah, blah. And they had all this banter, and then the old guy just completely forgot all of it and was just like, oh my God, you're ruining it. Like, you're messing up the whole premise of this thing. It's like you can't rely on old people either,
Come on. You can. They just sometimes they need a nudge. They need a little prod, a reminder. They need a prompter.
I just went over and I remember going over and over it with him and all this stuff, and then just when it happened, he just doesn't have any of it. Like, oh boy.
It happened to me at a one-man show. In the middle of my show, I just went up and just like I was doing too much. I didn't know what was coming next. That was the thing. And I knew,
hate that.
and it was like I had sequences that were like on film and stuff like that. So if I got off sequence, the whole show was gonna be fucked up. So I had to go like, sorry folks, gotta stop. I had to go back and figure out where I was.
Ashley Simpson.
I had to break character.
You started jumping up and down. Yeah, he's doing the hoedown in the middle of the show.
I had to take my wig off, folks. We're all having fun, but I know I'm this guy right now, but folks, I gotta tell you that we have some technical difficulties.
I lost my place. Okay, this happens every once in a while in theater. Someone will lose their place, they get confused, they don't know where to go next. That's what's happening to me right now. So give me a break. Let's go back 2 minutes. Let's rewind.
Everybody though afterwards, like my agent was like, "That was great, man. You fucking like you didn't miss a beat. You just did it." And I was like, "I didn't have any choice, man. Like, what else was I gonna do? Stop doing the show? Like, just end it?" He's like,
That's
"Yeah,
such agent bullshit too. No, it was great, dude.
great,
Like,
man."
where were you? Were you paying attention to the show? Were you on the phone? Huh?
No, I think he was just like,
man, it was fucking cool.
I think he was just happy that like, because he's watching it, he's probably like, "This is a disaster." And then at the end, he's like, "Oh, people are applauding. Oh, it just worked out." So that was his idea. He came back like, "Oh my God, man, you fucking did it!" Like, I would have killed myself.
Hey, shit.
That happened to me in a fucking play. I was understudying, and then the guy who I was understudying was a friend, and he was my boss at the Latino Chicago Theater. So I was understudying him, and he's like, "You got to learn your lines, man." I'm like, "Okay, well, just give me a warning, And then one day he just didn't make it, and I was like, "Oh,
Understudies don't
fuck!"
get warnings.
Understudy.
Just give me a warning. Oh no.
And so then I had to be. So I basically improvised my way through this fucking thing, and he's one of the main characters.
And
it's about comedians.
Was the whole cast mad at you?
No, they kind of made fun of me. Like one of the funny old actors was just like, I don't. He played like the guy who hires the comic. So it's like comedians that all hang out they're taking a class with this old dude in the basement of a school at night. And so a talent agent comes to check everybody out. And my character ends up getting the call to go do the show, to go do whatever, go to the limelight, get your shot or whatever. And so after all, I improvise a comedy bit. So there's this lady in the audience wearing like a big hat, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, Karnak over here. Karnak from Johnny Carson. Just terrible stand-up. And then the guy's like, listen, I don't know what I'm thinking, man. I'm feeling crazy tonight. I'm going to give it to you, Rivera. And I'm like, oh, and then, of course, the audience is seeing that I was definitely the worst.
That is a nightmare. That's
like,
nightmare.
I think that's the second act or the third act is the performance of everyone. It's all the comedians' performances.
The whole act is just a performance, and you win the contest.
Yeah, and then, so my character that I played normally was just like this little Indian character that was trying to find a language class, and he ends up talking to this guy, the old teacher. And this guy was like the old legendary theater guy from New York. He'd done thousands of plays. And one time I was supposed to come on at the end, and then we have one little scene at the end, and the show's over. It's like when, he finally has a confrontation with the one good comic who he likes and who is fighting against it, and he tells him. And there's this whole scene about how, like, what comedy is and what you should do. And then the guy leaves. So he's there like for 2 seconds at his desk when everyone leaves. And then I come in as my little Indian character. And one time I was just out, and I was out in front of the theater, and I was looking at all the pictures of the productions that had happened in this theater, at the Court Theater in Chicago. And I was just getting lost in old like memory lane, like, ooh, look at that show, look at that show. And I'm like, fuck
on.
Fuck. And I run in and I see him. I'm like sitting in the back, and I'm like looking at him like he's just like, oh well, what a day. That's something else. There's something else, man. There's people are something else. And he's having to improvise and doing this horrible improv, and then I just run in. I do the scene. He's like, don't you ever fucking do that to me again. I'm sorry.
How long was he?
However long it was probably like 2 minutes, but that with nothing to say.
That's forever, though.
Yeah, it's forever. I mean, maybe it was 3 minutes. I don't know.
Oh, well, he'll be here soon. I'm sure of it.
Oh, my God. What a day we're having. I mean, comedians came in here. I had a good conversation with Riley. Oh well, and I did. I saw him doing that. Like, oh well, here we go. Just leaving the poor guy out there with his fucking dick in his hand.
Oh shit!
So that production was pretty fucking crazy.
I've been late for a
funny.
cue, but never that badly.
No, that was the worst. That was like a nightmare fuel.
He's just getting lost. Wow, they've done a lot of things here. And oh shit!
Yeah, like, oh, what was that production of Hair like back in the 60s? Wow. Wonder if I could do something like that. Oh shit!
I mean, that's an actor. If you're an actor, that's an actor's nightmare. Everybody's been through it. Where like even 2 seconds, you've done that for 2 seconds where you've been late for your cue. But to look out and see somebody like improvising when you're supposed to be on the stage is like an actor's nightmare. Like, oh shit.
They'd hired this man out of New York. It was like a professional theater. The writer, the other Peter Sellers, he was there for the whole production. So they really put a lot of money into this production. They hired like 3 guys from New York, including the main guy who was the older. I think he was a comic in the old days, and he was teaching this class. So it had to be someone who was like 50, 60.
Right.
And so to do that to an old theater guy too, it's not like I was doing it to another comedian or something, and they make fun of me. This guy was not making fun of me. He was not. He's just like, "Don't fucking do that to me again."
Uh, when you fuck up on that level, it always makes somebody else look dumb.
It. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Of course. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah.
But you know, in one of those productions, I got cast in one of those productions that they were doing the Jesus plays.
Like Godspell?
No, it's just like it was. I forget the whole situation, but it's basically the story of Jesus and blah blah blah.
Oh,
But it's
Passion plays.
yeah, and I was basically I was a spear carrier in that one, and then I literally a guy who just was like with one of the Roman soldiers.
Oh, so they're like just wear sandals.
But the guy, there was another guy who was doing the similar thing that I was doing, and he looked older, and he was a really nice, sweet guy. Kind of like, it reminded me of the white guy in Married to Roxy Roker. What's the show?
In the Jeffersons, yeah.
Jeffersons.
Nice,
Kind of reminded me of the white guy from the Jeffersons. Just really nice guy, older. And he ended up being Belushi's high school drama teacher.
Wow.
So to me, that was an incredible, like, how does this happen? Like, I know about Belushi taking classes in Wheaton, you know, and I'm with his high school, like, guy. And I just kept seeing things like that, like, he's in my world, I'm in, like, what's happening? And, like, same thing with Bernie Sahlins. I'm like, Bernie Sahlins ended up hiring me at Second Seat, and I had an audition, for Second City, and I said I can't make it. And they're like, "What do you mean you can't make it?" I'm like, "I can't make it. I'm doing the Jesus plays," and Bernie was producing the Jesus plays. So in all this was happening, I'm like, connections, people, they're all coming into view. You know, it was pretty crazy. Maybe a little boring, but
Chicago theater is like that too. It's very, you know, like we got to know a lot of people around the Chicago theater scene. You know, while we were there, even though Second City is like not really connected to the rest of the theaters there, you know, it's just completely different. It's cabaret, but we still had a connection to the theater in Chicago. But
yeah, and it's just something that
you started doing Chicago Latino before you did. You had a connection to the theater before you started doing Second City and improv and stuff.
Yeah, I got in Latino Chicago theater because my brother was doing a show there. See, like nepotism's beautiful. Yeah, my brother cast me in my first show there, and then I ended up getting shows on my own and doing shows there. And then when UCB started happening, I couldn't do it anymore. So it was at that time that UCB went in another direction without me. They hired Neil Flynn, and Amy. They became part of the group then.
Right. I know Kevin Bacon.
You know Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
He's probably a nice guy.
He's got a band.
What if he wasn't? That'd be funny.
He tours. It'd
That'd
be funny
weird,
if
right?
he was.
He's a piece of shit.
Bringing it back to Bill Baskey, Lunar Spunk.
You know, Raj, for me, my origin story is that it was all about Del Close, you know? Because when I was a kid, you know, loved the sketch. And the ones that spoke to me the most was, I mean, it was Python that got me into it. But then after that, it was SNL and SCTV, particularly SCTV, which I have encyclopedic knowledge of. And you know, so that was just kind of in my DNA, la-da-da. Got into theater, go to New York. I wanted to try the improv, but all the improv in New York, I just wasn't interested in any of them. I saw Chicago City Limits and you know, whatever improv they had in New York, and I was like, that's just not for me. And then Billy's mom pointed us towards the National Improv Theater because they do the Herald. And I thought it was Herald, and I didn't know what a Herald was, but I was willing to find out. And I went there, and it turns out the lady who ran it, Tamara Wilcox Smith, you know, was a student of Del Close. She learned the Harold from Del Close. She was in the committee in L.A. So there was that thread, and then they split, and there was no one doing that kind of stuff in New York at all. So Lost Footage were just left adrift on our own, doing our own thing, doing medium form, what Billy
Lost Footage,
calls.
that was your sketch group.
Yeah, with Billy Merritt, the aforementioned Billy Merritt, and
Yeah.
Dave Blumenfeld, my wife Linda, etc., Greg Madera, and a guy named Bobby Kennedy, and Bobby Curious. And then we were just adrift. And then UCB came to town. I knew they had studied with Del Close, and it was like, whoa, ho, ho, here we go.
It's
Maybe
so
these
weird
guys know
that
what's-
Dell had got that status with everybody. Because by the time that I got to Chicago, even I think Horatio was around, Dell was like just kind of a shell of himself at that point. Like he's just a heroin addict. Because people be talking about him like, oh, you mean that heroin addict? He teaches some classes on there, I think.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
teaching science fiction. Film science fiction when I was taking class with him. So I was like, we got to play robots. It's like playing Star Trek. It was like we were adults playing Star Trek. And I don't know. I never got anything from his classes.
Yeah, that's what the same Matt says that too. Matt was just like, yeah, by the time we got there, he didn't have anything to offer to us.
Yeah.
I have a really nice little story about Dallas. When we were in a bar watching SNL live, we were at the bar downstairs. The theater was upstairs. Downstairs, we would drink, and there was pictures and TVs. And then he was like, Dell was looking at the TV, and he's like, I taught those two. He's referring to Farley and Tim Meadows. I thought that was a nice little moment to catch. Like someone being kind of proud, but usually not. You're not allowed to be proud of that, like teaching TV guys. But it really struck him. And then later he gave me $5 to buy a pitcher of beer, but only if it was for beer. Like I was so broke and drunk, I was like, "Do you have $5? I can get a pitcher of beer." He's like, "Is it going to be for a pitcher of beer?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." Okay, here you go.
No, it's for rent. Like you wouldn't know.
Like some creep that's gonna ask for $5 and run away.
What else? What worst thing could you spend it on? Now I'm gonna kill somebody.
Get a half a dime bag. I guess I don't know what he thought I was gonna do. Maybe he thought I was gonna try to score with it.
Right? Beer though? I mean, is that worse? Is that better?
No, technically no, it's not better, but it was.
And maybe the hell, man.
In retrospect,
he was like, I would go and score.
I think more so he just wanted to still be he still wanted to be a rapscallion. As long as it's for beer and getting fucked up. Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just used to hang with other junkies. Yeah, he used to live above our friend Laura when she was in our cast, the Second City. He had the apartment above her, and she used to tell us stories about like he'd be hallucinating because he was probably trying to get clean. So he'd
night terrors.
He's like having night terrors in the night, like ah, screaming obscenities and like women's names. Whore!
Laura, you're a whore!
What?
Whoa, why have you mentioned me by name?
Go to sleep, bitch.
Then the next day, I have sleep terrors. I'm sorry, maybe you don't know that. Night terrors. I yell in my sleep, so please forgive me. Next day, you downstairs, you're a whore. You're cheating on your husband. I think I've seen guys coming in and out of here. I don't know who they are. I'm crazy. I need heroin.
My old roommate Frank used to have night terrors. It was
funniest thing in the world.
Horrifying. Did you hear it one night? Did
I heard it many nights. I think about maybe 2 or 3 nights.
He would scream like he was being murdered. Like he was being murdered. It was terrifying. Like in the middle of the night, he would just like have
So-
night terrors.
And they lived in this North Hollywood apartment that had neighbors across the driveway or something. They were built in these kind of shapes, so
Yeah.
they're all pretty tight. So there was a apartment right across the way, and Frank, big guy, kind of John Candy-esque. They had him sleeping on the couch because he didn't have a room yet. So they had him on this fold out couch that like sunk his body like 2 inches from the ground. So imagine like this giant man on this thing, and the thing is about to like touch the ground. He's so big and heavy, and he would have these things like, and then like the people across the way would be like, "Shut up, motherfucker!" They just thought he was howling out into the wind. Fat motherfucker, shut your mouth! I'm trying to sleep. You could hear people yelling from across the way.
Oh, so they were making fun of him and like yelling back.
Yeah.
Ah! Bitch!
Bitch. Stop crying, bitch. Ah.
I used to be a sleep talker. That's it.
Are you
And
still? You wouldn't know.
Yeah, once in a while. I don't know if I am, but yeah, it's. I don't like having knowing that everybody else can hear what your subconscious is about
No,
that you don't know about.
I don't like that either. No. Yeah.
Because I would wake up sometimes and my family would just all be looking at me. And I'd be like, what is going on? They're like, nothing, you were just talking about. They tell me some bullshit that I was talking about.
Yeah, one time I was like with my girlfriend, and she started talking in her sleep. And this isn't a joke. She was just normal, whatever. And then I woke her up, and I'm like,
the Romantics?
something when you sleep. Yeah, it's from I had that playing. No, I was sleeping, and she woke me up from talking, and I was like, "That's so crazy! People just talking in their sleep." And then she woke up out of it, and she was still in like a trance. So it was like, yes, I'm like, you were talking in your sleep. I was like, oh my god, she's fucking possessed. I was afraid. Like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, she's pretending she doesn't know me. She's like,
stop it!
wake up, wake up.
Fuck, stop it! Cut it out!
Because then I'm like, what? Right away, your brain is like, what if she never slaps out of it? And you're just
I
like,
know.
she's just.
You're just like a maniac your whole life.
Raj, I've seen that look. I've seen it on my sister. When my sister would sleepwalk, she had that look that it was a very good acting job there that Raj just did. Yeah, I remember telling my sister, like, what's going on? What are you doing? Because she's not going to the bathroom. She's just kind of standing around. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, maybe you should go to bed. And they just give you that glassy look. They don't engage much. You kind of say something, they just kind of look at you. You're not sure if it really sunk in because it didn't.
Well, I watch a lot of serial killer shows, murder shows, and they describe that look when they're about to get killed. They're just like, he had this. Their eyes just change, like their face just changes when they're going to kill. And and I kind of know what that face is now. I know what that looks like. It's like they're not them anymore. Any kind of semblance of them that it's gone. And it's
switched off the person.
So people say that about Russell Brand, and that's the way I felt when I met him. Like I met him, I felt like this dude is like, I shook his hand, and it's like he's looking straight through me. Like I don't see his eyes look weird. Like and it's just like he doesn't like care. Like it's just, I can tell.
Yeah, right.
He just does not give a shit about this encounter right now.
I got that from a lot of showbiz people. Usually showbiz, but you meet them in life too, where they're looking right past you.
You can tell when people care. Like I would imagine that I'm like, I may come off like maybe cold or whatever, but I still care. I don't have time. I get that. Like if you don't have time or whatever, like like I would love to engage with you. I'd love to talk to you, but the reason that I'm not and I'm turning my eyes away is because if I do, I'm going to be in a conversation with you. That's how most celebrities are. Like I don't want to get in a conversation with you forever, so I would just like not even. I'll just keep it moving, you know. But they're not like, oh, hello, like it's like a phony. Like he was saying hello, but it's like you're looking straight through me. You're not even like. This isn't happening right now, you know.
It wasn't the same way, but when Paris Hilton and Donald Trump came on the show, and they were different. They were different shows, but you can tell they didn't talk to people.
Yeah,
they didn't engage
right.
with other people. Like if there were other rich people, I'm sure they would be over there bragging or talking about how they like. Cut funding off from a school or something and laugh about it. But on their own, they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
And I was like, you're waiting to do a sketch with the person, so you talk a little, you're rehearsing, and no questions, doesn't care, doesn't really tell you anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually it's something. I mean, even like I can see even like Jennifer Lopez's Ice Princess, but like she would just at least she would walk over and like she would complain, say like I don't feel like doing this, like okay, so I'm like she's a human being,
Yeah.
I was there on the Paris Hilton show, and it seemed to me that for her the scene started when she left the dressing room, which had to walk in and go up onto the set. As far as she's concerned, the performance.
I don't know if this is just me or what, but she was like, she smelled great. She looked fantastic, and everybody in the whole studio was nervous around her. Like you can tell everyone kind of thinks she's gorgeous, but they shouldn't. And so it was really fun when you see that. When you see like the whole room is in love, and the whole building's in love with the person. Like we're so like enamored, kind of. It was really weird because it's not even fame. It's just famous. It's all fame. It's not talent or acting
or anything, right?
It's just complete fire hose of fame.
Yeah.
And so everyone's affected by it.
Oh, they're here. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah.
Like you get a little crush. It's like a little crush that all the weirdos are having. Maybe even some of the ladies.
Raj, this is you. You have the crush.
You think it's just me?
No, it's not just you.
I'm like that with athletes. Anytime I go to a sporting event or anything, I'm always like, I can't believe I'm just like I'm looking at the fucking real people are up there, and they're always like way bigger than you think or taller. At least basketball players are. Football too. They look huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
Baseball, they look like,
even on
they
TV.
look like human beings. Except baseball, like now, there's a bunch of huge people. Like Aaron Judge looks like looks inhuman.
Aaron Judge, yeah, he just looks like the cartoon, like a cartoon superhero.
He does.
Hey Joanne, thanks for watching. She's saying Russell Brand is creepy as fuck. I don't even know why we're paying attention to that guy, to be honest. Like, what's he? It's like whatever. I guess because it's fun to find out that people are creeps, but
yeah, well, he kind of he did the whole right wing,
Oh, right.
That's why. He's
okay.
What?
Now he's Christian. He wrote his book is How to Become a Christian in 7 Days. Only a person who's not serious about being a Christian would say that. You can do it in 7 days. It's easy. I'll show you how. No,
I gotta give it. The guy's consistent.
It's not a joke. I mean, no, it's not a joke. He's definitely
he knows how to get the attention. He knows how to make a fucking how to get people talking.
Yes. You haven't seen the thing of him. I guess Dutch, you haven't seen it, but there's a thing of him on a talk show, and they ask him about his favorite scripture, and he can't find it in the Bible, and the host just lets him fry. He just quiet, just lets him sit there. And
I did see that.
Of him. He's just like,
hold on a second. I'm like, is this a fucking bit that he's doing?
No, it was real.
It's like
just that the
Donald
dude.
Trump when they ask him, like, what are your favorite scriptures or whatever, and he's like, I like all of them. They're all beautiful. It's
All
the
of them.
Bible. What's not to like?
It's like-
That's
except
what
that Russell Brand's been running around with a Bible. He went to court with the Bible, and he had the Bible in his hand. It's like you should have like at least remembered one thing, and he couldn't remember it.
I remember that very specifically, and he's like, I don't want to. And then they try to throw him a bone with that. They say, well, what do you prefer, the New Testament or the Old Testament?
Yeah.
And he's like, I think he might have settled if he did the party answer, whatever.
That was the 2 Corinthians answer. That's what he said. That's what he said. 2 Corinthians. It's 2 Corinthians.
No, he probably said,
Well, 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians.
Well, we have.
He's like, it's hard to choose. They're both so great. You know what I mean? Like, there's some good stuff in the old one. There's some great stuff in the new thing.
That's what he said.
I'm going to say both because I love what they're about. That's how Trump answers questions.
Pete Hatchpath says that he does that. He tries to quote the Bible, and the only thing he had was that quote from Pulp Fiction, which turns out was not from the Bible.
Yeah, Hexeth used the line.
He used the Pulp Fiction line. Yeah, the what's his face's monologue.
Yeah,
Angus. Yeah,
Sam Jackson.
It is the scripture, but it's like a lot added to it. That is a real scripture, but yeah, it's not. That's not the way it reads in any.
But he quoted it. He quoted it the way it's in the movie.
In the movie, yeah, he quoted the movie version.
So they didn't even do any. They don't even know that that's not exact. Like no one even knows to be like, yeah, that's a cool line, but maybe don't use it because Tarantino. No one even knows.
No.
Like no one could be like maybe change that a little or make it more correct. So it's like fuck it, go out there and use a Samuel Jackson line.
What's even worse is obviously he got it from the movie. He didn't get it from the scripture. He got it from the movie. And
no one's around to say, why don't you get it like the scripture?
Sure.
Right. Like, there's no one around to be like, wait, hold on a minute. Because they're all fucking scumbag, creep liars.
Right.
And that's what's, I'm like, are they making shit stupid so that people stop asking about Epstein? And in a way, it works.
No, you know what? If Epstein wasn't around, it would still be this dumb.
Yeah, I think they're just dumb. They just happen to be incompetent,
Right, really but sometimes I'm like, it's so.
I know
it's so effective. I wonder if is like Stephen Miller a genius, and he let these guys fry, but it's good news. I don't know. I mean, there's a chess. There might be a chess there somewhere, a chess move that's happening that we don't know about. But I don't know. You're saying they're just all creepy, dumb people, and that's what happens when greedy, bullish people get in power. They skip that part of the lesson.
Yeah.
Because obviously they don't care about it. Like
I don't give a shit.
You're not.
No.
If you're gonna just always do creepy shit, then you're not following any of that. I mean, that seems like an obvious thing, but the fact that there's no correction about it, and then Trump when Trump went out with the Bible at that church, and he held it upside down, which is so perfect. It's so perfect, like it's so perfectly the devil just trying to be like, I'll play Jesus. And they're like, devil, you forgot to put the book up right side up. It's like, oh, God damn it.
It's a real Gregory.
The one thing you would remember to do is have that right side up.
Yeah. Because what's obviously says satanic, that's Satan. He's saying death to the Bible. He's showing us.
The same thing with with the picture of him as Jesus. The picture that he put on had like some demons in the back. In the background. What are you doing?
How he held the Bible for me was not the thing. Because sometimes you hold the book like this and then it's like that and you didn't look, whatever. Why was he holding the Bible? It was for when he brought out the troops to shoot those fucking moms. One of them was
Yeah,
a row of moms shot with rubber bullets, granted. But still, the order was given, shoot the mom march. What were we
yeah.
fighting for at the time? There's been so many marches. What was that one?
It was the
That was George Floyd. Was
well,
it
no,
George
that was
Floyd?
no, it
Was
was
it
the
the Floyd?
pussy. It was
No,
the
no, no.
pussy hat march when he first got elected. When all the women had
No, that
the
they weren't
pink
shooting
hats.
people at the Pussy Hat March.
Oh no! You're right. No, they weren't shooting. You're right.
Well, bad on me for not remembering.
Yeah.
Shouldn't smoke so many joints during the show.
The show should be called, what's it called again?
Gobies
Play.
Hour.
Welcome to what's it called again? My guests are.
What is that again?
What is that again? What's that word? I thought it was just me. I'm glad that both of you have issues as well. Sometimes I'm like, do I have Alzheimer's?
I mean, we're talking about things that happened years and years ago. So, yeah. Well,
Like yesterday I couldn't remember the name of the guy that does the radio. Like the last name of the guy that does the radio call for the Cubs. And I'm like, am I maybe
Santa?
Alzheimer's?
Well, who is it?
It's Pat Hughes.
Oh, okay.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes, a huge, legend in the business. But I couldn't think of his last name, and I started naming all the other guys that worked in TV, and I couldn't fucking get his last name.
Yeah, I have those moments all the time. Yeah, welcome to the club.
And then while I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think. When you try to think, nothing happens. I try to think, but nothing happens.
Well, the worst is like I'm really bad with names, but when I was teaching, I couldn't remember a lot of students' names, and they really hate that. Students do not like it when you can't remember their name.
I've learned to fake it pretty good because I think Roger's frozen.
He's back.
I've learned to fake it because I'm terrible with names. If you took my class twice, I'd probably know your name. If you took it just once, if you were good, really good, or really bad,
You've
I'd
probably
know
been
your
teaching
name.
long enough where you could, I think that's a skill that a lot of teachers had. Like you just get it,
No, I didn't.
No?
I still struggle with it. No, it takes me 13 weeks to remember my kids' names now. There's 15
Yeah.
of them. I get it by the end.
By the end
Some
of yes.
teachers,
That's a yes.
it's fine. But I've just learned to communicate with everybody without having to use their names
I
all the
would lose their
time.
name. I know.
Also, I have reference now. Everybody's on their computers all the time, so I can look down, really look it up. Everybody's names are on their scripts. It makes it much
Yep.
easier than an improv when you whip through roll at the beginning and then everybody just goes,
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to call people man or chief or
Boss.
Ian would say friend. Listen, my friend.
So how do you do it now? How do you do it now,
He just
Delaney?
remembers, he says.
Me, when I don't know their name?
Yeah.
Oh, the same you do with anyone, anytime
How do
you
you
don't
refer
remember
to them? How
someone's
do you
name,
call
you
them?
just
How do you give them a
answer.
note?
Oh, bucko, maybe?
Hey, lousy.
Oh, here's a good one, Roz. Here's a good one. So if I forget your name and I want to give you a note, the note is be specific, no being vague. Instead of saying Horatio, I'll say, remember that class? Everyone, you want to make sure to always be as particular as you can. No vagaries, no generalities. All right, moving on. I got out of that straight.
You do a whole dipsy do out of there.
You get dipsy doodle it, yeah. But the real rotten eggs, you know their name right away. There's always one person who everyone knows their name on campus for some reason. They just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened to me the other day, like a couple weeks ago, and I was with a guy, and I couldn't think of his first name, and I wanted to give him talk to him about something
I hate
that
that.
we were, and I was like, shit, what's his fucking first name? And then I'm just like, Mister, whatever, Mr. Del Rey. And then he's like, yes, Mr. Sands? Like weirdo? Like, like caught me. Caught me not knowing his name.
Yeah, called it out immediately.
I'm bad with it, man. I try to get it at work, especially. I feel like everybody knows my name, and I don't know anybody's name.
Well,
and like, some people are really good at it. I just don't.
Jerry O'Connell is insane like that. Jerry O'Connell knows everybody's name.
He knows people that he work with. And they'll be like, hey, you probably don't remember me. I was the gaffer on. He's like, oh, no, Harold. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first came on set, he was introducing the whole crew to me, like everyone.
Yeah, because he knows everybody. Yeah, you work
like that's Rosa. She makes the coffee.
Yeah.
Hola, Rosa. Whatever. Yeah, he's got a mind for that. That's a great showbiz skill to learn.
Yeah, I mean he has that. He's a host, like he has that skill, and that's a part of why he can do stuff like that, like be a host on a show, like host a talk show.
Right. Be that personable.
Yeah.
I always feel intrusive. Names. I can't get in people up asking people how are you, what's your name, how you doing, how's the coffee today. I feel disingenuous, I want to know people's names. They do sink in after a while. I usually settle myself with looking them in the eye and really, giving them the moment that I'm having with whatever they're doing, whatever we're doing, whether it's just a pleasantry or whatever, give them the respect that, we're all here, we're all working together. And I don't think names mean that much. They looking people in the eye.
That's
and
the way I feel. With them. People always get
but it means a lot to the person who's waiting on your every word.
I mean, me myself, like people always like they get I'm sorry because they call me by my character's name when I'm working, and I'm like, yeah, that means I'm doing my job,
That's fine. If people call you by your character name, no one cares. That's fine.
Hey, Chubby, come over here for a second. You gotta. Hey, Latin boy, Horatio.
Fatty Arbuckle.
Okay, lard ass, you can step off.
Fatty. His name was Fatty. Hey, Fatty.
I just like when they were asking us to leave set and he would say, step off.
Step off, please.
Step off.
What are you talking about?
Being on set, the director actually to step off.
Stage managers would say step off sometimes when you were done. Because you're just standing there. It's rehearsal. They're probably lighting or something. Then you're done. Step off.
So instead of saying, get the fuck out of here, everybody, scene's over, you'd be step off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like just letting the actor know, like, you can go. We're done with you.
Yeah.
No, not now, Loki. You've been in the box. Hello.
You're going no damn box?
Okay.
He loves the box.
I know.
Cats love the box.
It's amazing. The first time we got a kitten, because I'd had dogs, dogs got a...
Oh, no. It's always a cliffhanger. Well, look, folks, I really do have to take off. I should have took off a long time ago. I got stuff to do, and I'm not doing it. We're talking about work, and I have work to do. It's been great today. We talked about some really good stuff, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take off. Thanks for joining us once again. I will see you not next week, or maybe a little bit earlier next week. Definitely let you know. Please join the Discord. I don't have the link right here, available, but join the Discord, play in the back of the room if you get a chance. If you're watching this later on, which a lot of people do, join the Discord, please. And I will say you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye. Or maybe next week, like on a Wednesday. Thanks, Loner. See you next time, man.